Hello everyone, buonasera, iniziamo in italiano questo incontro. Abbiamo con un gruppo molto speciale perché parliamo con Share, che è un festival che si occupa di unire arte sotto tutte le sue manifestazioni, no? Di creatività e il multimediale, no? Il digitale, il virtuale. La prima domanda in assoluto che io vorrei fare è come avete combinato insieme queste diverse componenti, come vi siete incontrati?
Allora, intanto ringraziamo Diadas per essere qui e visto che sappiamo che non c'è molto tempo, mi sembra molto bella la domanda che ci hai fatto. Ci siamo conosciuti perché quando qui a Torino abbiamo pensato che fosse la città adatta, vista la storia di Torino, grande città legata all'arte contemporanea, visto che insomma noi facciamo arte e nuove tecnologie, città legata alla tecnologia, non potesse che non esserci, nascere qui in Italia un festival come Share. Eravamo poi ad Ars Elettronica, che è il più grande festival di arte e nuove tecnologie. Abbiamo avuto l'onore di incontrare Jasmina Tesanovic e Bruce Sterling e lì non abbiamo potuto che non dire venite a Torino e cominciamo questa sfida. Questa sfida che è cominciata nel 2005, siamo qua. Cresce sempre con più interesse, noi abbiamo questo premio internazionale che è lo Share Prize, potete vedere nella parete di destra alcuni esempi. Questo progetto che è l'Art Maker, che abbiamo creato insieme, dove produciamo delle opere perché gli artisti di arte contemporanea siano vicini al mondo e si avvicinino al mondo delle nuove tecnologie. E ogni anno sfidiamo nel vero senso della parola, perché il festival nasce dal premio, nasce da queste produzioni che sono ricerca per realizzare delle opere d'arte e dei prototipi che portano veramente gli artisti a grandi stimoli e alla nostra manifestazione ad avere delle opere veramente accattivanti. Lascerei che Bruce, visto che siamo uno staff internazionale, io ho introdotto in italiano per dare il benvenuto al nostro paese e Bruce continuerà la storia dello Share Project, Share Prize, Share Festival qui, e grazie anche a The Others che fa vedere che insomma speriamo anche di creare delle cose insieme.
Perfetto,
Bruce.
sì, certamente, sicuramente, specialmente in questo momento credo che sia un momento importante per la combinazione tra il digitale, tra il mondo virtuale, il multimediale e l'arte contemporanea. I want to ask to Bruce, how does it come to Turin to do this project? How did it come from you, and how did it feel to organize or work for the production of something that is a three-dimensional object or four-dimensional objects coming from a literature or a more imaginific or poetic world?
Well, you know, it's possible to do things in Torino that you really can't do in any other city. And you know, at Share Festival, we like to encourage people to produce artworks with techniques that have not been used for art before. And Torino is a city that has a lot of polytechnic education, and it has engineers, and it also has space. It just has buildings like this one where you can put together, you know, unusual kinds of fabrications and odd objects. But you know, we have quite a long history at Share Festival. We've been at it for 15 years. So we have to continually move ahead as the technology changes. And in Torino, we can do this. You know, Torino's like always on the move, as they like to say. And they're actually willing to do smart city innovations, and they're not frightened or afraid of high technology art. So we have the means, we have like a place to put it. We have motive, we have like a community of people who want to do this kind of work. And we have opportunity in that, you know, the Regione Piemonte will support us, and we can actually put things together. So we do.
Very well. And when are you looking to a project, what does make you think, okay, this project is too crazy, Or, oh yes, this is the future.
Well, it's too crazy if it will kill people. And we get a lot of proposals for, mechanical art or electronic art that actually seems hazardous. It might break somebody's body or set fire to the building. And, that this is just like something you have to understand. I mean, these are one-off art pieces, especially device art and mechanical art, right? But it's kind of like understanding motorcycle racing. It's like, okay, people go and you can die, but, you just have to take proper safety precautions and kind of understand how that works.
I want to ask you something too. I would like to know for you and how do you come into this project and how do you combine yourself and your theories together with this different.
Allora, sarò lapidaria in italiano, ok? Va benissimo.
Possiamo parlare in italiano.
Io sono hardcore femminista, attivista, artista, scrittrice e per me Share Festival è una grande opportunità di invitare, di promuovere le donne artiste in arte tecnologica, di tech art. Dato che sono in minoranza veramente, anche quando abbiamo questi open call sono molto meno le donne, però hanno una qualità rispetto alla quantità che è maggiore. Insomma, questo posso testimoniarvi perché abbiamo una giuria che poi alla fine in realtà le donne sono sempre lì che esibiscono le cose, vincono anche, quindi per me è molto importante che le donne ne abbiano la paura della tecnologia, perché ho sempre detto questa cosa, e bisogna però incoraggiarle dal mio punto di vista. Abbiamo dei nomi, quest'anno abbiamo Francesca Fini per esempio, un gran nome, anni prima avevamo altri nomi, però volevo solo dirvi questo. Ragazze, venite.
Perfetto. I asked the question in English. And eventually, if you want to answer in which language,
we can try some Serbian if that would help.
As a platform, is a spreading our art as a physical location and also as a virtual plane. And you can tell us a little bit about that and how it developed.
Well, our roots are in early internet culture when there was a lot of artwork, but it had no commercial potential. It was simply shared. It was like open source, and people would describe how to make it, but it was digital art, and it was very difficult to collect or even pay for. But there was a lot of activity in this area, like the maker scene or net.art and so forth. And that era is kind of ending before our eyes because this year has been the year of the non-fungible token where really it's raining soup outside for the artists of Share Festival. There's never been so much money for digital art, people.
Yes.
And it's because of the pandemic and it's because of the quarantines. Everybody in the European culture world has been behind a screen and operating on computers for well over a year. So, in some ways, this is our victory condition. And, the artists we were championing are becoming more like painters or, or filmmakers or game designers or other people who are famous and well rewarded. And there's even, video maker celebrities now on YouTube who are becoming like influencers, right?
Yes.
So this leaves us with, some very interesting problems for our festival. Like,
Yes.
Do we really want to be Sell Festival rather than Share Festival?
Yes.
And we're concerned about the NFT scene because we know it's going to have a huge effect on digital art. And you can already see that with people like Refik Anadol, who was in Milan a while ago,
Yes.
a very well-known artificial intelligence artist, but he's like broken through into the mainstream art world
Yes.
and so forth. My suspicion, as a futurist, and I've said this since I first arrived here in Torino, is that mechanical art and device art is where Torino will shine because of the industrial background and the engineering background. And those devices, the kinds of well, you know, strange toys and interactive things that we've championed for a long time. You can't really sell those on the internet. They're not non-fungible tokens. They're things you have to touch or stand next to or kind of fire up and make them happen. So my suspicion is we'll probably move into that direction in future, and non-fungible tokens are going to be taken over by people like Sotheby's, or, you know, the crowd over at Artissima, conventional galleries.
Yeah. So it will stick on a sort of the underground culture. It will hold on this underground culture.
Well, you know,
So
that
now,
actually
like,
the
NFTs sounds a little bit to me.
I hate to say that cryptocurrency is not underground, because there's a lot of criminal activity in cryptocurrency. They're really sinister, you know, and Bored Ape Yacht Club, I mean, they're selling one another tokens for $500 million. Okay, nobody ever spent $500 million on an artwork ever. And of course, it's merely a guy selling it to himself. He merely wanted to show that he could move $500 million through this crypto system. But it's also like an insult to the conventional art world. It's just like, you think you have money? You don't have any. I mean, compared to us, you don't really exist. And, you know, it's a direct insult and a very punk intervention. It's just like, yeah. And it's like, we're the masters now, right?
A little bit machoist, maybe. And I understand, I thank you very much for this very straightforward statement over this topic, and I'm very interested to know more about it.
It's really fantastic and shocking. I mean, I'm covering some of it on our Share Festival Art Maker blog, and there are, you know, a lot of people in Italy who are very interested in doing non-fungible token stuff. It has not really hit here, mostly because the art here is too good. I mean, the problem with non-fungible token art is that most of it is blockchain art, and it's really about blockchain and about flattering people who are using blockchain technology. So, you know, that's like numismatics. It's like putting images on coins, or it's like stamp collecting, and it's not really very interesting as artwork. I mean, it's literally tokens to make people in the crypto world feel better about themselves. But, you know, the task of cultural activists in Europe is to, like, see where this thing is going and actually make the art better.
I understand. That's a very good, very, very interesting statement, a very good statement. And I would like to thank you for coming here. And I'm very, very glad that I had the opportunity to meet you. And thanks a lot. And I think I can go on talking about this topic for hours, because it's very, very interesting. And I will keep it up. We will keep it up with the festival and the novelty that will come up.
It was our pleasure, really.
Thanks a lot. Thank you very much.
Ciao, grazie.